We're back. I'm on business today.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, welcome back to the Keeping the Frank podcast show. Welcome back to the Keeping the Frank podcast show with me, your boy, the host with the mother effing most, Keston Holiday Frank, the boy, the king, the one who all the ladies love, and
you sound like you giving someone your tag. And
ladies, you could just, and I'm here with her.
He rude, Anyway, it's your girl Trigger Trey, Triggs, the one you like to look at and whatnot. As you see, we in a new space.
Yeah, I know, right? Y'all like my new crib?
Looking all nice.
Yeah,
Who decorated? Who decorated you?
I got a decorator and stuff like that.
Because you balling now.
I'm
working busy, books and busy.
Trying to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Well, what we got though?
Well, first, let's cheers to us being in this space because we have been asked to be here and create content, right?
Yeah.
So let's cheers to that.
That's right. I got
cheers. I know it's a little.
I thought it was a glass. Was it like it's plastic? Clink.
Clink.
Here you go. Though.
This honestly is my favorite wine. Do you like it? Not. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice.
I took a wine tasting thing, and
I know I feel the body.
No, you gotta look at the body, right? So when you you gotta spin it around and see how it hangs on the sides.
Yeah, I taste the flavor.
That's good. Did you smell it? Anyway,
smells good.
But this is honestly one of my favorite wines, so I'm glad you could share it with you.
All right, yeah. What's the name of it? Okay, yeah, we're not repping that. They're not paying us. Go ahead.
But so we are in a new space for this episode because these lovely people asked me to stay here and create content. So it's called Hello Brooklyn, Hello BK Airbnb.
That's right. Thank you, Hello BK, for trusting us. I don't know why you'll do a thing like that, but you did it.
Don't give us a bad rep. I think we're awesome people.
I'm an amazing person.
Right. But this Airbnb is dope. You can actually stay here. You don't have to create content to come here. Mm-hmm. But I think they've set it up very nice. So all the rooms have their own little theme to it. I think the colors, the decorations, interior decorating.
Yeah.
I think all of it is lovely.
I'm going to talk to them about putting my photos up, by the way.
So, maybe. Hey,
yeah,
that might be good.
Because, it's black owned, but
yes.
I don't think these photographers are black.
How you know?
So, huh?
How you know? How you just going to pass judgment?
I don't know. I'm a judgy person.
No. But definitely check them out on Airbnb. On Airbnb, on Instagram, hellobk.airbnb. But like you said, it's a black-owned business. So shout out to black-owned business.
That's right. Black-owned. Black ownership.
Speaking of black-owned businesses, right? So, I feel like last season or so, we talked about over the whole COVID period, there was such a strong push for support black business.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that has progressed now? Do you feel like it's still as strong of a push, or you feel like it's kind of died down where everybody's just it's whatever?
I feel like people have, people supporting black, but I haven't really heard, like you say, it was more out there, right? Mm-hmm. You was hearing the message more support black businesses. Hooray, let's go. And now you don't hear it as much, but people are supporting black. So I guess you don't gotta talk about it no more. I guess you just, do it.
Yeah. I always think it's interesting how you have the highs and lows of not protests, but of protests or whatever. But it's
I gonna say not protests, but then say,
but you know what I mean? I was trying to use a different word, but I was the protests where it's I wonder in the data if there has been a major shift from then till now, the numbers, if the numbers have been consistent and have maintained, or if it's they've just fallen back down to how it used to be.
That'd be dope to know, but the world may never know.
That is true. I know I still personally support black businesses. I still like to look to see. I have a whole different save thing of black owned restaurants and stuff like that. So I can try to support.
So you go to mainly black restaurants?
I try. No, I try. I try.
I don't sound too confident.
No, I do try to support when I can certain locations. Are all of them? No, because sometimes you want a certain type of food. You know what I mean? But
So you see how she do y'all. How she do y'all black people.
That is not true.
No, I'm playing. You know what I mean? I support black, everything, you know?
Did you ever hear that Steve Harvey thing that was like, what looks sexier in black? And they were like, people.
Yeah, because I have definitely heard how sexy I am a couple times.
Nobody was talking about you specifically.
Oh, I thought we was going.
No, that's not where we were going.
Okay. I'm sorry, light skin.
I'm still black. Don't hate on my melanin, all right? People always want to talk about how just because I'm light skinned, it's like, no, I am still a black woman. I don't care what you say.
Nah, of course not.
I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, but I feel like I happened to see something today on like, on social media. We're just talking about like creating spaces for Black people and like just in any field, not necessarily just like restaurants or whatever, like creators and people that are even in corporate or what have you, that sometimes that we as Black people don't see, I guess, the benefit of having something that is really catered or created for us.
We don't see the benefit, or we don't see it. Like,
I mean, maybe. Well, it's one thing to see something is created for you, but then it's another thing to realize that, like, do you think it's better to have something that's solely for us, by us, FUBU, or like pushing forward in whatever's the considered mainstream space?
Man, that's actually a tough question. I mean, I think definitely if it's done right. Mm-hmm. If it's done right, at one point in time, BT was done right, and then you see what we have now.
Wow. I mean, it's still BT.
I'm just saying, is if it's done right, and you get the right creatives together. You know what I'm saying? The quality control. We definitely need some quality control in some of our stuff, because some of our stuff definitely need quality control.
Yeah, I think like.
That's probably one of the biggest downfall sometimes.
Of like a Black-owned place.
Yeah, quality control.
I mean, I think we can see that, but sometimes people don't have patience either. Like, would you have more patience for a place that's like white owned or whatever, just because like I don't know, or your patience is just short regardless, or you see it more in Black owned places?
I mean, I probably actually I was listening to like Breakfast Club. They was talking about how Nick Cannon's show got canceled.
It did, yeah.
And they was talking about, well, if it was a white show, because it's like 6 months. He only got like 6 months, and they canceled the show. But it was like, if it was like a white show, they would have given that show like a couple more,
like a full season.
Full season. They would probably had like at least 2 years or something like that under his belt before they canceled it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, maybe the patience, or maybe the people just don't. We
don't support each other.
Yeah, like, I mean, granted, it's daytime TV, right?
But the crazy thing, speaking of that, like, I only saw that he had a show via social media. I did not, and granted, but I'm also not the best like judge of whatever, because I don't sit at home and watch TV like that. But I didn't even know he was having a show, like, until someone put a clip, and I was like, Nick Cannon got a talk show?
Yeah, it was like a Wendy Williams type show.
Yeah, no, I saw like the clips of it, but through Instagram. Yeah. Like, I never, like, there's still shows, like when Kelly Clarkson got a show, I'd like, okay, I saw she had a show.
I never even knew she had a show.
Yeah, she has a show.
Yeah.
Somebody else is about to get a show. I forgot who, but I didn't even know unless, because it was reposted, a clip that he said. And I was just like,
I think most of our shows don't last. You know what I'm saying? Like most Black shows. What's like, especially talk show wise, like what's the longest running talk show? Like,
Wendy was on for a long time. Steve was on for a while.
I don't even know how long his show was on for.
He was on for a while.
The Steve Harvey show.
Yeah.
What's a while to you? I feel like probably a year or two. Like
no, it was longer.
Probably 2 years, probably.
No, it was longer than that. Unless I'm bugging. Let me get to Google.
Maybe you're bugging.
Let me get to Google.
But I mean, ultimately, like I said, like, what's the most popular show we got like now? Like,
that's Black?
Yeah, like daytime, nighttime, all the, like, it's really just, white folks that have
from
shows.
5 seasons.
5
Steve
seasons?
Harvey, yeah. That's what I was like, man. He was on for a little bit.
I
liked his show.
I just know him for Family Feud. And, like,
he's hilarious on Family Feud. Awesome. But I mean, like, so even with that, like him, so one thing about Steve Harvey, like he be having 50 million different jobs, right? And he actually mentioned something. I saw a clip of, I don't know if you've ever watched, I think it's like Earn Your Leisure. I think they're on like Instagram.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I think they did an interview with him and he was talking about how like they stole his idea. So like America's Got Talent was his idea, right? And that, you know, he didn't understand certain business aspects, but like that was his thing, and where like he probably could have owned that and been making a lot of money off of that. Yeah. But it's like, one, they were, you know, talking about that, like how they just kind of take from us.
That's history though. That's the whole, that's, I mean, that's just history. I mean, it is what it is.
But then so like, how do you combat that though? Like, so then is it just educating yourself more so that you can find ways to get paid from it? I mean, or is it like,
education is a big thing, right? Because I remember one time, like my son, when he was younger, he was listening to some like rock and roll music or something like that. And I was like, you like this song? He's like, yeah, I like this song, whatever. And we just started talking about where rock and roll came from. You know what I'm saying? And just breaking, watching documentaries and breaking down the history. So I think it's all about educating yourself. And the earlier you educate yourself, the more, you know, you have to really go off and the doors open up and you can knock doors down and build up.
I mean, very true. But like even with the talk about that with like award shows and, you know, the NFL or like stuff like that, like they use us like Black bodies in a sense. In some ways more, right? Because I feel like sports wise, there's like a ton of Black people, right? But then in other ways, it's scarce, but they still use us in ways, right? So it's like, what really becomes, because it's like, as a business person, technically you would think, well, the best way to make money would be to be mainstream, right? For everyone. Yeah. But it's like, then you also need to think about creating space for yourself, right? Like Black platforms, Black this, and it's like, okay, well, then you might not be getting paid as much. And then,
I mean, they say the Jewish community, the dollar circle within this community, like what, 20 times or something like that before.
Right, and we just
exactly
gave it away.
And, you know, and when I feel like when Black folks had their own communities, I feel like we probably had the same thing circling around. And once we open up to everybody else, now it's gone. So, I mean, we can make plenty of different arguments for the pros and the cons, but you know, the history shows, you know, history tells you like what it is.
So how do you feel about like, so, okay, we create spaces for us, right? And let's say there's like other races that are, and what's the word? Allies, right? That they're not necessarily like,
do that quotation again.
But when they also try to be a part, right? Like, do you feel that it's like, no, you shouldn't? Or is it like, well, because you are willing to enhance our community, we should still let you in?
I mean, I think with responsibility, right? Because I feel like even like with the whole George Floyd marching thing, I was out there. You know, we spoke about this before, and I've seen, you know, everybody else out there, right? LGBTQ community, Asian people, whatever the case is, and then after it's all said and done, everybody got bills passed except for us.
Very true.
So, and no one say, hey, no, don't pass this bill for us. We was fighting for them in the first place. Let's take care of them. So, I mean, you know, I think with responsibility. Other than that, if every time you come out to, if every time something happened and we're fighting, you come out to fight with us and you reap the benefits of it, then I'm gonna tell your ass to sit the fuck down.
I mean, so
because obviously, you coming out or not is still not helping us. So what's the point?
In that sense, I mean, I definitely agree. It made me think about even like Black Greek organizations, right? They started out as historically Black, a safe space for Black people, right? Especially in that time. And now all of them have now basically opened up to being multicultural. Like, even though they're still historically Black, they're basically, all of them are generally multicultural.
And when you see the white organizations, they're probably having their paperwork that anybody could join, but everybody's not joining. Still,
you'll see some scatters.
Yeah, so
But I mean, like, but even since in
a little Black Becky out there, you know what I'm saying?
But I know people say like it's different for when people get mad about like, well, you know, you're discriminating against other people, but it's like if you've always had these white spaces and we were initially never allowed to be a part of them. So now we have to create our own, but now you feel left out.
Man, everybody discriminate within like for themselves.
And their
but
own
then when we discriminate for ourselves, then it's like, it's a problem, right? You go to an Indian community, it's an Indian community. You know what I'm saying? You go to Asian community, it's an Asian community. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you're trying to marry into the family, they're gonna have a problem with you. Right? So why when we do it is an issue?
Because I think everybody wants to be a part of our community.
Of course. You know what I'm saying?
Which I think is so interesting. Like, I mean, we're dope.
Yeah.
Black people are dope for sure. But it's interesting. Like, why is it not the other way? Like, I mean, there are some people that want to definitely like, you know, blend in with like white people all the time or whatever. Yeah. You know, they want to lighten their skin and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, and sometimes I just wonder.
I mean, I do. I don't know. I also do feel like it's easier for like sometimes for us to lose our way when we do, you know, merge with other cultures.
You said it's easier for us to lose our way?
Our culture, our history, our, you know what I'm saying? Like who we are. You know what I'm saying?
But I guess because a lot of us don't feel
especially when you start adding kids in the mix and things like that. You know what I'm saying? They start, you know, you're not getting educated the proper way when it comes to like, you know, about your blackness or your heritage or who you are. You know what I'm saying? If you're interracial, you have interracial parents, whatever the case is. I mean, you may learn more about the white side and the black side. And then when the cops finally stop you for the first time, you're surprised and shocked.
And you're still a black person.
You know what I'm saying? That don't hit you until that finally happened.
I mean, but they've been saying a lot about like, you know, how African Americans, like we really haven't, I mean, now there's been the push of like trying to figure out where you're from specifically. But it's like, we don't have a strong tie to a culture, really. Like, we've made our own here, but it's like, whereas people can really tie themselves to Africa or to Ireland or to, you know, whatever, where it's like, we're kind of like, I don't want to say making it up as we go, but over the years and generations, it's like you kind of made it up as you went along. So I like part of that I think might be a part of it.
We didn't have those. I didn't have those discussions with like, because I'm Caribbean, so I didn't have those discussions with other like, you know, Black Americans and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just talking about the separation, just our own separation, just within Black people, the Black diaspora. You know what I'm saying? And they have people have made that argument that, you know, well, dude, at least you have an island to go back to or something like that. I'm like, okay, well, you know, ultimately we still came from Africa, so. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think it's important that people do try to connect back. Like, you know, even when I talked about I went to Africa and like
to the motherland.
Yes. And so now I do want to figure out like specifically where like my people like came from. Yeah. But maybe that's a part of it. Maybe the reason why like so many like subconsciously people want to like steal and take and be a part of everything that we have going on is because we all technically are from Africa.
And they've been raping Africa for so long.
Right. But maybe they're trying to subconsciously deep in the little neuron somewhere that they're all probably like, this is really what we originally were. Yeah. So we trying to get back there. You know what I mean? Like, because I really do feel like we all come from this one place. And as much as they've tried to take from us or say that we are less than, it's like, but y'all all really ultimately like came from Africa. So maybe deep down in the molecules.
They don't want to hear that though.
I know.
I mean, they enjoy their whiteness.
I mean, the way shit is set up, I guess enjoy it. Yeah. Like, y'all getting whatever y'all want.
You ever seen this documentary? I think it was Daughters of Eve or something like that.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's white lady. Like, I think, I guess they kind of tied everything back to Eve, back to Eve, and it was like how Eve was black. And then I think this, from what she said, I think her family disowned her. Like, there's no black people in our family. Like,
I mean, honestly, that's even a part of my family history. So like my father's side, they're half of them are they're half white and half black.
Okay.
So basically my it might be two greats. What are they?
He was Asian, right?
Yeah. So Barbados and England.
Yeah, white folks was all over Barbados. You know what I'm
saying? But I think he was in the military, so he was in England.
Plantation shit, you know what I'm saying?
He was in England. Listen, he was in England, and I guess like ended up meeting the white woman.
Okay.
And her family like disowned her, and then they came to America after that. So like there's like a disconnect between like, I don't even know if like my father's side really even understands like the Bayesian aspect either. Mm-hmm. But there's definitely they're very pale on my father's side, like light. But it's like her family disowned her for then being with a black man.
Did they ever like come back together or no? That's just.
I mean, I'm also not that very close to my father's side, but I mean, from the stories that I've gotten, I don't think they like come back together. I don't know. So I wonder if I do go to England, will I find? Like,
so you don't even know your father's side like that deep.
I mean, I know who they are. I know.
I mean, hold up. That's your father's side. What? Okay, whatever. Yeah, I mean, just your grand.
This is all from my father's side. What is going on?
Okay, my bad. Okay.
What is going on?
My bad. Your father. Okay, so he's part whoop-de-woo.
So I'm like a quarter white because my father's side is white and black.
Okay. You're quarter white.
Yes.
Okay.
Because when you have two people that come together, there's something and something.
I thought you were like 50 because you're very light.
You know what, Keston? Y'all keep talking shit about my melanin, all right? Because in the sun, I get toasty. I don't burn, I get toasty, all right?
I just get darker, it's okay.
Yeah, I get toasty.
You know what I mean?
You disrespectful.
No.
Disrespectful.
I stay out there too long, man. I'm saying me and Wesley Snipes look the same.
Wow. You don't think y'all look the same now?
Am I? Do you think? No, not right. I don't think so. Thank you.
You know, this is such a tangent, but a lot of people really be like, they don't know what I am. Like, I feel like I blend in with so many different like cultures that they're like, what are you? And I'd be like,
what do you hear? Like, what kind of cultures do you hear?
So when I went to India to study abroad, they thought I was Indian, but my hair gave it away.
I don't see it. Go ahead. Continue. Next.
My hair gave it away. When I went to South America, they thought I was Brazilian.
Wow, now we're going crazy with that.
That wasn't crazy.
Now we go.
You don't think?
Continue. Let's get.
I mean, I've gotten a lot of different things. Like people, when I travel, people think like I'm from. You don't think I can blend in with Brazilians? Have you not seen the Brazilians? Keston. Do you need to like observe? What do you think they look like?
Huh?
What do you think Brazilians look like? Tell me the Portuguese. Tell me that. I
mean,
That's what you think?
Fat asses, how that goes.
So that's what you think. That's it. That's it.
You're a little lighter.
I'm a little what? What are you saying?
Not playing.
What do you think? What do you think Brazilians look like?
I have to go on Pornhub to find out.
I ask myself why I'm here every week. Every week. Anyway, so no, but so like Brazilians, because there's like the Portuguese Brazilians that are like white, but then you have like the Afro Brazilians who look like us.
Yeah,
curly hair, all shades of brown, black.
Yeah, I've seen a dark skinned Brazilian.
Yeah, so it's like, I know nobody can see this hand motion.
Just living your truth. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't me. I went there. People was like, "You Brazilian?" I was like, "No." People think I'm Dominican. People think people come up to me and start speaking Spanish. I'd be like, "Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about." But anyway, that was a tangent. That was a tangent.
It's a long one.
But anyway, I think it's like, I mean, I do appreciate a Black business. I think like, especially besides the restaurant aspect, when it comes to just in any fields, I think sometimes that they maybe know more of what is needed in the community, hopefully. I'm not going to say it's everybody, only because like I've also experienced Black people that still don't cater to Black people, but you have a Black business. Like that to me doesn't make sense.
I just think like, and you're right about that, because you have Black folks that don't cater to Black people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got Black people who just don't support Black businesses. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes we have like, they'll more, like you said, they'll spend more with white folks than with Black folks. You know what I'm saying? Like if I give them my photography, if I give them my photography price and I'm like, yo,
they think you probably charge too much.
They definitely think I charge too much.
I know somebody,
I'm a very expensive person, people.
Excuse me.
So I just need y'all to
yesterday's price is not today's price.
It's going up, baby. You know what I'm saying?
But I had to learn that myself. Like now doing my financial literacy presentations, like I didn't know how much to charge. And it was like, I know there's a ton of people out there that are probably charging $1,000 an hour, like to go talk to companies or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, all right, if you only want to pay me like $80 an hour. But now I've gotten better. No.
That's crazy, right?
That was like when I started out, I didn't know what to do. And a lot of times I was like, okay, like what can you afford? You know what I mean? But like now I'll say like, no, like my price, I charge $500 an hour. Yeah. And like eventually I feel like it will increase. $500 an hour? Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That's nice. I like that. I got so yeah, okay.
You act like I do presentations every hour.
I'm just saying, you know, if you do a lot of, you could buy a lot of things.
What can you buy with that?
I'm just saying, you do a lot of it, you know, and your price go up. We'll talk. All right, go ahead.
Yesterday's price is not today's
going
price.
Going up. Yeah.
But it's like learning what your worth is. But then like, I think it's important that I guess we see like what came to mind was like Black doctors, right? Mm-hmm. Because even in that, like I have a lot of friends that are like my Neo and other friends or whatever that are in medical school. And it's like, and it's crazy when you're learning, right? Medicine, but they only give you white examples. Like you can't diagnose something on Black skin because you've never seen it in the books. That's like crazy. They teach you what something looks like on white skin, but it's going to look different on our skin. So it's like things like that I think are important, but I just also feel like there are, specifically speaking about medicine, like Black doctors that still then don't like support or really assist the way that they should. And I think that's in every culture, I'm sure. So, I mean, it's not going to be the ideal situation across the board because I had an experience where I went to a Black doctor and I felt like she didn't listen to a word I said. And it was just like, but you supposed to like, my sister. You supposed to like at least listen to me.
My sister.
So like, you know, but
hold
whatever.
Down, sister.
But it's like I think stuff like that is like it's crazy. Yeah. Like when you think about those little details, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, you know, Black businesses, man. We gotta do better.
I mean, they gotta pay attention to detail. Yeah. Because I think sometimes that they don't, or sometimes some people will cut corners in places.
I think a lot of people cut corners. And like I think a lot of people like tend to try, like with Black folks tend to try to cut corners, and then like you know like the the customers they're looking to cut corners. Yeah, they're looking to cut the most corners. Like, I know a lot of people like that. Like I wouldn't even like, you know, I have friends that will come to me for advice or for certain things, but they know I'm not. Don't try to hire me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm quick to tell you no.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are quick to ask for a discount.
I turn down jobs. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's important to just do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
a guy I know, he, I don't know, he's actually an alpha, but he does photography too.
Of course, y'all love these alphas and all that. You know what I'm saying?
You have some nerve. As much as you love the AKs, stop.
You know, first of all, I love the reds. It's just that, you know, situation. Anyway, go ahead.
He like, I don't know if he created it or he just promotes it, but it's like a clothing line that says like, stop asking creatives to create for free. Yeah. Stuff like that. And like, that is important. Like, cause we've talked about like, sometimes people don't, understand what it is to be a creative. And like, it might seem something like, oh, that's not hard or that's not anything, or that's not worth that. But it's like, if that's what someone's passion and career path, then yes, it is worth that.
I tell them, go ahead and do it. And that people that came back to me at least 3-4 times. Like, so I'm having issues.
No, like it's like I think it takes a while for us us as Black people to realize what our worth is.
Because this funny thing is like, my degree is in fine art. I was graphic design. I left college. I mainly focused on graphic design. Mm-hmm. But you find a lot of people who don't understand, like, number one, what their own business they're trying to do. They don't understand what they got in front of them, and they don't understand what they need. So as a designer, I'm trying to help you, understand. But all that costs. It's not cheap.
That's a lot.
But you want the cheapest brand. You want the cheapest branding. You want the cheapest logo. You want the cheapest whatever. And I couldn't do it no more. I was like, I'm good, man.
Yeah, even when you go get a tattoo, they say a cheap tattoo is not a good tattoo.
Yeah, that's why I focus on my photography. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting my directing on. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? You direct out in the streets. You know, man.
As you should.
Feel me?
As you should.
Feel me, son? Run this. You know what I mean? Third Eye Media, Innovative Creative Studios. You know what I'm saying? LLC. We out in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them.
You feel me? You play no games.
Shout outs to you.
Yeah. Shout out. Black man, holding it down. One man on the couch with her, doing his thing. Yeah.
Anyway, well, just to circle back again to the lovely space that we're in.
Yes.
Because I think honestly here that they have paid attention to detail.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to be in a Black-owned space
From
that
the time
really
we walked up in here it was like,
detail, design. I love it. I mean, I actually like these pictures, even though you're saying you don't know if they're
mine's gonna be better.
Back.
So
whatever.
But anyway, holla at me.
No, but they've really paid attention to detail here, and I do appreciate that. And I think if you put time into something, everyone is going to come here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's going to want to come here. It doesn't necessarily, but I do appreciate that they want to make a space where people can create.
Yeah. So if you're creative,
or just want a cool place to stay.
Doing a cool place to stay. If you doing a podcast, if you're doing videos, if you're doing photography, if you're doing anything you want to do, you know what I'm saying?
It's a whole creative world.
Reach out. It's dope.
Yes. HelloBK.Airbnb.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. I think their website is HelloBKNYC. The Instagram was HelloBK.Airbnb. And their website is HelloBKNYC.
Yeah, I wish you got that together before you actually said it.
HelloBK.NYC. I was right. I was right. Yeah. It's the wine.
That's my go-to on why I stumble on things and at the end of a show.
I just wanted to make sure it was right.
Yeah. Whatever, Kristen. So, if you guys want to support Black businesses, definitely support Black businesses. Stop being cheap, people. All right, stop being cheap. Yeah. Hold on to your Blackness because they're coming for it.
That was deep.
Hold
on to your Blackness because they're coming for it.
I do that.
They coming. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that on a shirt.
Yeah. Don't make no money for my shit. So, thanks again, guys. This is, of course, a very enlightening conversation. You know what I'm saying? That me and the marvelous me is having with Trailing husband.
I'm not coming back no more. He gonna be on this podcast again by himself.
So definitely follow the Third Eye Media Network on IG, Instagrammer, and also on YouTube. Third Eye Media Network on YouTube as well. Follow Trailing Husbands.
That's me.
And then follow me because you need to, because I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. And I'm gonna get this right. Follow HelloBK.Airbnb.
That's right.
Or go to their website, HelloBK.NYC.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right. And definitely, guys, we're going to be posting these videos on our website, thirdeyemediagroup.com. It's going up. We're doing our thing. Yeah, man. Keep it a Frank. We out. Boop.